Works better if you uncover the camera. Good morning. Welcome to Millionaire Mindset Book Club, December the 7th, 2023, a day that will live in infamy, right? This is Pearl Harbor Day. And 43, was it 1943? 80 years ago? 60, 80 years ago? Wow. I think it is. Chapter 2, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. The secret of easy things, right? You ever met somebody that just everything seemed easy? You know, everything they do, they've got. Here's a new word I learned. They got riz, right? You know what that is? It's the charisma, right? Short for charisma. I read that in the whatever dictionary it is that does these 8 new words every year, right? So that's the one that got riz, right? Everything's good. They live in beautiful homes. They travel to exciting places. They fly first class. They're surrounded by people that know, love, and admire them. They're appreciated, respected. They have a great family life, right? And then the question is, why do some people have a great family life like that and others are always angry at each other? They're distrustful, they're distant, they might as well live on different planets, right? Why is it some people never find time to stay in shape and other people run a few miles a day even though their lives are just as busy, right? You know, when you tell yourself, I don't have time to work out, I don't have time to do this, guess what? You're making a choice, right? You're making a choice. The people that work out have just as much time as you do, right? Why is it that some people seem to make dream after dream come true and other people spend their lives building somebody else's dream? Why are some people successful and some people failures, right? So what's the difference? What is it that successful people do? And Jeff Olson says, you can look at all kinds of different statistics, but if you look at it, most people, right? So you talk about the 1%ers, right? The other 99%. Jeff Olson says his observation is about 1 person in 20 is achieving significant measure in their life: financial, professional, personal, marital, spiritual, right? 95% are either failing or falling short. So what are the 5% doing that the 95% are not? And he said there's only one difference. It's not heredity, education, looks, although this doesn't hurt, talent or inheritance, right? It's not chance. Those people all understand the slight edge and how it's working for them or against them. That's the secret of the slight edge. The slight edge is the easy things. Those easy things, they're either working for you. That slight edge is either working for you or it's working against you. Remember the chart I showed you? One goes up and one goes down, right? If you learn to understand and apply the slight edge, Jeff Olson says, I will guarantee you that in time, and chances are in less time than you would imagine, you will have what you want. You'll be among the 5%. The fact is, if you do the little things, right? If you understand and apply the slight edge, your life will become filled with hundreds of thousands of small, seemingly insignificant actions. Every single one of them easy to do. None of them it's not a mystery. None of them are hard. The discipline maybe is the hard part, right? But those actions, those little teeny actions done consistently over time are the key to your success. The simple things that are easy to do, right? So why is it so hard? Why is it so hard? If it's so simple, why is it so hard? Right? I tell people real estate is simple, but it's not easy. right? Real estate is simple, but it's not easy, right? Because but I guess really it is easy. The little teeny pieces of it are easy. When you put it all together and you try to say, oh, that's not easy. But the little simple things, the little teeny things, those are easy to do. And those easy things compounded are what creates success. So why isn't everybody successful? It's because those things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. And even though anybody could do it, most people won't. Right? I had a conversation with a young lady. I don't know how young she was, but I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and was talking about, well, what is it that you're doing to be successful, and or do you not want to tell me? And I told her, I said, well, you know what? I said, most of the time, it doesn't make any difference whether I tell you or not. I can tell you, we can be in the same market, we can be competitors, and I could tell you exactly what I'm doing to be successful. And you know why? You know why I don't worry about that? Because most people won't do it. Some may, but competition makes you better, right? Competition makes each and every one of us better if we choose to let it make us better, right? We think about this. Everybody does pretty much the same thing every day, right? I mean, I'm talking about you and I, and the uber successful versus the not successful. I got real reluctant about saying, hey, you're a failure, right? You're not. Nobody is inherently a failure, right? But fundamentally, we all take the same actions every day. We eat, we sleep, we think, we feel, we talk, we listen, we have relationships and friendships. We each have 40 hours, right? No, not 40 hours, 24 hours in a day, 8,760 hours in a year. And each one of those hours is filled up one way or another with something. Little things, little tasks, little actions. And each one of those things is taken individually is seemingly insignificant, right? People that run marathons, they eat and they sleep, right? Every day. People that are 30 pounds overweight, every day, guess what they do? They eat and they sleep, right? Successful entrepreneurs think and feel and have relationships with other people. And unemployed people think and feel and have relationships with other people. People who make lots of money read books. Some people that are broke read books too, right? The thing is that successful people and unsuccessful people do the same things, right? They do the same things every day. And yet successful people do those things to take them to the top, and unsuccessful people do things that take them down and out, according to Jeff Olson. You think about the woman in the story, right, who was the shoe shine woman, sitting at the shoe shine stand reading romance novels versus reading The Slight Edge, or The Compound Effect, or How to Win Friends and Influence People. You see what I'm saying? What the choices, the simple choices that they're making, right? Successful people understand the slight edge. Unsuccessful people do not, right? So the difference that'll make all the difference between success and failure, the quality of life you want, settling for less, all of that is it lies 100% in those little, in which of those little teeny insignificant actions you choose to do, right? The slight edge is always working. It's always working. It's either working for you or it's working against you, right? Remember, easy to do, easy not to do. If you're in sales, right? If you're in sales, it is easy to pick up the phone. It's easy not to pick up the phone. It's easy to pick up a cup of coffee instead of picking up the phone, right? It's easy to dial the phone. It's also easy not to dial the phone. It's easy to say, oh, I need to look at my list first before I make that call, which action are you choosing? It's easy to eat that donut. It's also easy not to eat that donut, right? Every action that's easy to do is also easy not to do. And those are the choices that we face, right? Those are the choices that we face every day, every hour, right? Every day, every hour, we choose to do or not to do, right? To do the easy thing that's good for us or do the easy thing that's bad for us, right? Now, if you eat a donut today, that's not going to kill you. You eat a donut today, it's not going to make you fat, right? But eat a donut every day for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, and see how much difference that makes, right? Choose not to eat a donut every day, any day, for the next 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. See how that affects you, right? Simple, positive actions repeated over time make you successful. Simple errors in judgment repeated over time, right? You see where I'm going, right? Slight edge will work for you or it will work against you, right? So in the same way that it's easy to eat a donut, easy not to eat a donut, right? What you feed your mind is also, right, is also important. It's every bit as critical as how you feed your body. 15 minutes a day, right here, Millionaire Mindset Book Club, right? Or watching the YouTube video or watching it on the, the Facebook replay or whatever. Easy to do, right? Easy not to do. Fill your mind with positive or fill your mind with TikTok. Here I'm calling the pot, calling the kettle black here, right? Because I can get caught up in my TikTok videos too, right? The thing that makes it difficult is that simple choice, the simple choice that we make, we don't necessarily see the result today, right? I go to the gym today, and guess what? I went to the gym yesterday, and this morning I weighed the same thing that I weighed yesterday, right? No results. So why should I keep going? Because if I go today and I go tomorrow and I go the next day, that result will add up over time. The same way about eating that donut, right? The same way it's eating that donut. I eat the donut today and I did not gain any weight, and so therefore I can eat a donut tomorrow. Do that every day and see what happens, right? When you make the right choices, you don't necessarily see the result today. The thing is, though, is it compounds. You look at all the people that are successful out there, and all of a sudden they're just overnight successes, right? You see them everywhere. Grant Cardone, great example. Grant Cardone is everywhere. There's probably nobody on the planet that doesn't know, or hasn't heard of Grant Cardone, right? But what they didn't hear is the 30 years before this, 40 years before this, where he was plugging away, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like, I say all of a sudden, but it wasn't all of a sudden. It was little teeny things done consistently over time, right? Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, right? It is progressive. It will grow, and it will grow exponentially if you let it. The thing is that the work you're doing today isn't, you don't necessarily see it today, right? But by the time, and here's the problem, by the time you get the feedback, by the time you step on the scale and see a difference, the work is already done. You did the work a while back, right? I tell everybody that I talk to in real estate, when we're talking, real estate is a long game. It's not an overnight thing, right? The business that you are doing today, the deals that you have in escrow today, are a result of the work that you did 90 days ago, 60 days ago, right? The closings that you have, the the deals that you're going to have in escrow in January, February, March are a result of the work that you did in October, November, December. If you say today, today I'm going to start, well, that doesn't mean that tomorrow you're going to get that feedback that you want, right? But you are getting results. You are getting results every day. They're just invisible for the time being, right? You look at compound interest, right? On page 38, 39, he talks about compound interest, right? And if you and he talks about the difference between waiting 6 years to invest, right? That somebody at age 24 puts in $2,000 a year for 5 years, 2, 4, 6 years, for 6 years, right? At the end of 6 years, he's got $18,000 saved up, right? Plus a little more of the interest, right? $18,000 saved up. And now he stops putting money in, $2,000 a year for 6 years, stops putting money in. And at the end of, by the time he's 65, 41 years later, right, he's got over $1 million in the bank, right? But the person who waits 5 years, the person who waits 6 years rather to put that 2,000, say I'll start putting that money away later, right? Has to put away $2,000 every year for the next 35 years in order to come up with the same amount of money. The power of compound interest, right? That 6 years of procrastination cost 33 years worth of investing, right? So there's a cost to everything. There's a cost to getting started now. There's a cost to waiting, right? So this is, I love this quote. It's never too late to start. It's always too late to wait, right? It's never too late to start, but it's always too late to wait, right? Make a decision today to start doing the little things in your life, right? That simple positive action or that simple error in judgment. Either way, it's the slight edge. It's either working for you or it's working against you, right? Everything you do matters. What you do today matters. What you do every day matters, right? The successful people just do the things that don't seem to make any difference in the act of doing them, and they do them over and over and over until the compound effect kicks in, right? Until the compound effects kicks in. Easy to do, easy not to do, right? The Millionaire Mindset Book Club. This is The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, right? I hope this is helpful for you. Do me a favor. Give me a like. Click on the button. Give me a like. You know, it makes me sad. I look at these. I look. People are watching. I see people are watching, but give me that thumbs up, the positive affirmation. Anyway, that's it's up to you. Do it. Don't do it. I'm gonna keep plugging away. So anyway. If you know somebody that you think might benefit from the Millionaire Mindset Book Club, 15 minutes a day, 4 days a week, right? Simple things compounded over time. Have them join the Facebook group, Millionaire Mindset Book Club. Just go to Facebook, search it. It's anybody can join, and then we'll get them going, right? 15 minutes a day. Today's Thursday, so I won't see you again until Monday. I hope you have a great weekend. If you're working, work hard. If you're playing, play hard. Whatever you're doing, get out there and make today the best day of your life so far. And we'll see you on Monday. Bye.